What's up, everybody? Aaron Smith here with Real Estate Momentum. I've got my friend Jake Dianna with Fischer Homes, and we're talking about new construction today. What's up, Jake?
How's it going?
Going good. It's Thursday, right before Memorial Day weekend, and I don't know, it feels like a Friday. So any day that feels like a Friday, I'm cool with.
Yeah, it's my Sunday.
Oh, sweet. That's right. You guys work some weird hours in new construction. What's your typical work week?
So it's Friday through Tuesday is the days I'm in the office. But, you know, in this industry, you're sending out emails Wednesday, Thursdays, and, you know, doing whatever you can.
So no days off.
No days off.
Got it. Okay. So the reason I wanted you to come in today, you and I have had this conversation before, kind of in this format, in this same room before.
Yep.
But the market's shifted a little bit. It's changed. There's new communities that are out and open. So first of all, if you're watching this, close to the end of the podcast, we're going to have a couple of new communities that are coming up in Fort Mitchell, Campbell County, and I believe there's one in Independence that you mentioned earlier.
Yep.
So stay tuned. We're going to talk about some new construction communities. And when you say new construction in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky, people are going to listen to that. So stay tuned. We'll talk about what's coming up there. So to just kick right into this thing, if I'm a home buyer and I walk into your model home, like right now you're in where? Ballyshannon?
Ballyshannon and then Sawgrass, which is Hebron.
Okay, so you're in Boone County right now.
Yep.
Which, you know, irrelevant to where you are at the moment, but if I'm a new home buyer and I walk into your model home, what are the most likely questions that I have? And how would you prepare me?
Yeah, I think the biggest question right off the bat right now is, you know, what is the build time frame? Because, you know, during COVID, we saw the longer build time frames that were just different from, 2-3 years ago. So right now, you know, we kind of say it's from start of construction, we're right around that 5 to 7 month time frame.
That's quick. That's quicker than the last new construction that I had because it was like 10 or 11 months or so.
Yep.
So 5 to 7 is pretty good.
Yep.
What's the hardest part right now? Because materials was a problem.
Yep.
Is it still materials or is it something else?
It's still, I think, a little bit of materials. Your cabinets still have a longer lead time, but a lot of it still is just trades because, with Northern Kentucky growing, you got Amazon paying, $20 to $30 an hour for some of these trade jobs, or, we're losing to some of these warehouse jobs, I would say.
So people who are normally, say, hanging drywall, putting on roofs, electric, plumbing, framing, they're working jobs that aren't as hard.
Yeah.
And they're making about the same amount of money as they would to do construction.
Exactly.
Okay, that explains a lot. I didn't think about all the new hiring that's going on around here and how that's impacting other industries outside of Amazon.
Yep.
Okay, so how long does it take to build a house? 5 to 7 months.
Yeah, so all in, it's from the time someone's under contract, it's about a 60 to 75 day turnaround time till we officially begin the home. Because you got to go through your design center appointment, we got to get permits, we got to get everything lined up, to start the home for you.
Okay.
So all in, we were looking at 7 to 9 months.
Okay. What other questions do you get a lot when they walk into that model home?
Yeah, and I think when they ask that question of what is the build time frame, some of them right away are like, I can't wait that long. So it's like, what are some other options? Do you have market homes? Like homes that are started? And the answer is yes. We've got a ton that are started. Finding that right home for them may just be something that's sooner ready. So
about how many market homes would you say? I mean, I don't know. It's mid-May, late May.
Yep.
How many homes? If I walked into your place and was like, I don't have 5 to 7 months.
Yeah.
What's out there right now that I could look at?
Anything from all different price points. From condos to our masterpiece collection, a lot of Maple Street homes, really, in all areas of Northern Kentucky, with, the inventory still not back at where it needs to be for the resale, we took the opportunity to start building some of these market homes that are going to be, ready in a sooner time frame.
Gotcha.
And we're selling a ton of them right now just because it's there, you're in before the school year, and price points right there.
So the downside to buying a market home is the selections have already been made.
Yeah. The nice thing, though, is our designers who design them typically pick the most popular selections just because, we want to help the resale value of it. So whatever we find the trends are right now, that's what you typically see in the market homes.
So you're probably going to like 80 to 90% of what's there.
Most of the time.
You're not going to be in love with everything because you didn't pick it out yourself.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But that's, the one downside is you can't make those changes to the home. But a lot of them are the right selection. So
They were probably going to pick it anyway.
Yeah.
And honestly, so when you mentioned the design center and selections, I'm one of those people. It's like I'm all gas pedal, no brakes.
Yep.
So when I have my mind set on something, I want to build a new house. If you ask me what kind of toilets I want or what kind of drawer pulls and cabinet knobs, I'm just going to be like, dude, just put whatever you want to in there. So as somebody who like me is like, give me my floor plan and give me the lot, just build me a house.
Exactly.
Like, but there are some people out there that are that high detail person, and they love the selection process probably, right?
Yeah. That's,
I get real down in the weeds about, like, do I go with the 3-inch plank floor or the 3.5 inch?
yeah, that's where, my role is to kind of reel them back in. A lot of people come in there and they say that their problem right now with their current home is it's too small or it's too big and they're downsizing. So, for people, sometimes they lose track of that, of why they need that new home and they want all the bells and whistles. And then, their price point may be $450, but they want everything in the home. They want the granite or they want quartz, something like that, where we get off track of why we're getting a new home.
You know what cracks me up most about the new construction process is when we're doing the tape walk, right, at the end of the process. And usually it's, what do you call it, the foreman or the site manager or?
Yeah, the field manager.
The field manager. So they walk through, for those of you who've never built a new construction home, the field manager is going to walk through the house before your final walkthrough, and they're going to tape things. It's going to be, like, give us some examples of things that they tape off. It's just
nail pops is the biggest one.
Nail pops, paint runs, like if there's a run in the paint or maybe a cabinet nick here or there.
Yep.
Stuff like that. So it's just, stuff that you can spot from across the room, and it's like, okay, there's an imperfection there. We need to make sure we button that up. And the walkthrough is about a week before closing to make sure everything's good. The builder has another week to knock things out. What cracks me up more than anything is damn well that they're going to walk through this house and they're going to nitpick everything, and then like the paint runs are going to get fixed, and then the door hinges are going to get tightened, and the cabinets are going to get fixed. And about a week later, they're going to move their kids, their dog, everything in there, and like it's not going to be perfect.
Nope.
But I get it.
I do too.
You're building a house. You've been invested in this process for 5 to 7 months. You've kind of you've slept on this thing every single night.
Yep.
So you want it to be right. It just cracks me up. That's like, you want this nice thing, and then you're going to make it a home.
Exactly. And I think too is like a new home is also like, breaking in a new baseball glove. It takes time, because everything is so new and fresh. We're not sitting there, testing the doorknobs 100 times, making sure. So, every now and then you might find, something loose.
Yep.
That's what our process is for, though, where we're going to come back and fix it up for you. And which is a nice piece to, that peace of mind with the new construction side of it.
Yeah. So talk about that a little bit. There might be some anxiety. It's like, okay, I'm buying this house, like, and then as the house cures, if you will, right? It kind of things settle in. You hit some drywall cracks and some nail pops and things like that. It's normal stuff.
Yep.
But builders have a warranty for things like that.
We do.
So what's that first year period? I mean, what are you going to come back and fix on my house?
Yeah. So a lot of it's going to be, cosmetic touch-ups. Your nail pops are inevitably going to happen. That's the number one most thing that we see is, as the home expands, sometimes, things get put in the winter. Well, as it gets warm, it just expands. Mm-hmm. So, things like nail pops, paint touch-ups, and, that's all part of that warranty process.
Yeah. And it's easy, like, especially if you've never built a new home before, it's easy to kind of freak out when you see like, oh, there's a mark on the ceiling where the drywall mud popped off or something. You just took you took an entire almost a year to build this house, and it's like you want it to be perfect.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of times buyers probably they think, okay, they go out there and they look to see what's on the market resale wise. Maybe they already know they want to build.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're looking resale, and then they're like, you know what? Let's just go check out this new construction community. What are some things that buyers could probably do to be more prepared for the process?
It's a great question. I think the biggest thing is just, going onto our website and seeing what type of homes are being built in this community. See the price points. The price points are on there. numerous times where people have come to the community and they've said, I want something for 220.
Of course you
It's just not offered in that community. So, I think and they want only that community. So having that background research a little bit about what is being offered, makes our job a little bit easier. But
because you feel like you're letting them down a little bit when they walk in and they're like, hey, I'd like to have a house for 220. And you're like,
yeah. And, we have stuff for that price point, like condos, maybe that's something that on the newer side would fit what they're looking for. But I think just, doing the research a little bit before you go in.
So Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area, if I wanted the most basic, cheapest house I could build brand spanking new,
Yep.
what is the cheapest house I could get right now in new construction?
Single family,
Yes.
it would be our Charlotte floor plan in Independence on a slab, so no basement.
And then what am I investing in that house?
You're looking at 275, 280.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the cheapest new construction
Cheapest.
right now is in the 270s.
Yeah. Now, what the new trend is have you heard of the paired patio product?
You've mentioned it before, but explain that to me. Is that like a single shared wall kind of thing?
It is. So it's, one shared wall. It's, as far as square footage wise, some floor plans are 2,100 square feet. That's the best price point.
Single story or two?
2-story.
Okay.
Yeah. So, ranch plans that have a finished basement. So you could get, a ranch plan with a finished basement. You share one attached wall. You have a deck outside. You still have a lot of space. Price points there, like finish wise, we're looking at 320s. So that's been that kind of sweet spot for a lot of people right now. If you can get over the fact that you share one common wall, you get a good size home, a lot of space for, that price point that you're looking for.
Now, I know you do mostly single family. Tell me about the condo market right now. Are they selling a lot of those because of price point or what?
Yeah, it's hot. And condos, I think, through the years of what I've seen is that's still always going to be consistent. We're still finding that trend where the condo buyers want to be closer to the city. So finding something close to that 275 loop is where a lot of our condos are. But it's going strong. For example, our Tuscany community, I think we're down to 2 market homes right now, and that's it. And then until the next building's release, which, could be a few months away.
Gotcha. So as far as I get the sense that if the new construction side is the same as the resale side, that there's a lot of myths out there.
Oh, yeah.
So people walk in and they have this preconceived notion that may not be true. What would you say some of those would be when it comes to new construction?
I think the biggest thing, or even just misunderstanding, is, people say, okay, my price point is $450, and, they may be approved for a monthly payment of $2,300. Well, that could look different in different areas of town. So they think, maybe $450 in Union is the same as $450 in Independence. And they think it's going to be the same monthly payment. I think, knowing that the tax is different between the two areas of town, really plays a big factor in what that monthly payment looks like.
Gotcha. Okay. So taxes would be a misunderstanding.
Yep.
Anything else that comes to mind?
As far as the process, we've talked about this before on here, is, the whole realtor thing. Can you use a realtor with new construction?
Yeah.
I still, to this day, get a lot of people coming here and they try to hide their realtor that they're using one.
Really?
Yeah, because they think that's going to cost them money extra to use the realtor, when in fact it's more of a reward. Fisher rewards, realtors for bringing, traffic to us.
Right.
So it comes at no cost to the buyers.
Well, and from my side of the table, coaching other real estate agents, having been in it for a while, I get a lot of people who ask me, like, what do realtors really bring to the transaction? And honestly, as a sales counselor, you do a lot of the heavy lifting, right? You're walking them through the selection process. You're setting expectations on the time of the build. But as an agent, I can help calm some nerves.
Yep.
Right. I'm that sounding board. And then when the selection process comes along, it's like, well, should we do the morning room or should we not?
Yep.
And then it's, we got a choice between these 3 lots. Which one should we go with? And, then that resale, that sounding board for resale comes in. How long am I going to be in the home? I can pull comps of other homes that have sold in the neighborhood and say, hey, these typically sell for more. So if you want that resale factor in there, if putting a morning room on the back of the house with a fireplace in it is something that you really want, you're probably going to get more bang for your buck when you go to resell it.
Yep.
And So it does. I'm also a counselor. You'll counsel them.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as far as negotiations go, it's been a seller's market. There's not a whole lot to pick from out there. So we used to be able to work with a builder and kind of negotiate some extra, you know, some bells and whistles on the house or something like that. And I'm sure depending on if it's a market home that maybe it's not moving, maybe they can play around with some things, but it's not going to be a steal these days.
Right.
You know, not going to be a bloodbath on negotiations. It's going to be more of a partnership with the builder to get them what they're looking for.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think too, like, you know, I always prefer to have a realtor, you know, on the contract because it's, you know, not just my voice, but it's two voices really serving one purpose to help the buyers. I'm on Zillow. I know what some of these resale homes are going for, but as far as like, you know, the inside, you guys have the best understanding of maybe what are the best options structurally to put in the home. Maybe, you know, what we don't want to put in or what you shouldn't put in. And spend that extra money.
Yeah, and speaking from experience, we worked with a client. They were selling their house over on the west side.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember them. Yep. They were selling their house on the west side, and, you know, I was involved with helping them list their house. You were a sales counselor for helping them build their house. And had we not been working together the way we did, and had we not been involved, like we negotiated for 45 days post-closing occupancy for them to stay in their old house.
Yep.
We negotiated for the best price for them, and we were able to finagle some things that if you and I hadn't been connected on that with their sale and the purchase and everything, it would have been a train wreck.
It would have.
So that is a good myth to point out that if somebody is working with an agent, introduce your agent to the builder rep.
Absolutely.
Let them know that you're working with somebody and it's not going to cost the buyer anything extra to have a professional involved.
Absolutely.
So we told the people that we were going to open up kind of what's going on with new construction, where construction's happening, and Boone County and South Kenton County have been pretty hot.
Oh yeah,
with new construction. So let's talk about what you got going on in Independence, and I know Campbell County's got some stuff going on, and we'll save Fort Mitchell to the very last because that's the one I want to hear most about.
Yep. So right now, actually, what's today? Thursday. Yep. Friday, tomorrow, we have a new community releasing called Villages of DeCourcy, which is our Maple Street collection, right off of Marshall Road in Independence, not too far from that Independence Kroger.
Gotcha.
You know, we're really excited for that because Independence is still, you know, growing rapidly, and we're seeing a lot of traction in that area. Price point there, we're going to be, you know, $300 starting. So, you know, someone looking for a new home will have opportunities, you know, with and without basements. So we're really excited for that.
Is that going to have condos and single family, or is that all single family?
Just single family.
Okay. So you're trying to keep those condos really close to 275 for commute?
For the most part, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
And then one that I'm super excited to hear about is Memorial Point.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a hot topic right now.
Yeah, it's like the Fort Thomas area.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone is, you know, really, really excited for that because there is not too much land available still in that area. And that's going to be our masterpiece collection.
And this is right there. Describe the location because it's close to the South Gate, Fort Thomas exit there.
Yep, it'll back up to Highlands Country Club as well. So there's going to be some home sites that are on the golf course. There's going to be some with city views. We're really, really excited for that.
Entry level, price point?
We don't have pricing just yet.
If you had to guess, is it going to be higher end?
It's going to be higher end. Our masterpiece collection, I'd say, you know, 6s, 7s, you know, we may even see some homes getting over $1 million there.
Is there going to be any kind of patio home development or anything there? Or is it just going to be large single families?
Large single family. In front of what I've heard, there's going to be some apartment style or, you know, it's not us, but it's another developer or another builder in there as well. So some, you know, apartment style living, I would say.
Is Fisher staying away from the conversation about Beverly Hills Supper Club while we're talking about Memorial Point? Or are they just kind of like, let's focus on the community, not what was there before?
I haven't really heard too much. You know, I know they're going to have a monument or some sort of recognition for
that'd be great.
For those, which is awesome. You know, haven't heard too much. So,
okay.
But we're just excited, you know, for that location in specific.
Sweet. And then, so you mentioned Villages of DeCourcy. You mentioned Memorial Point. What's coming up in Fort Mitchell?
So Fort Mitchell.
Is Beechwood Schools? Or is it close?
It's close.
Okay.
So this is going to be our new urban infill product.
Okay.
So it's going to be
my attention. What's that?
Yeah. So it's going to be, you know, similar to the masterpiece level features, but it's going to be townhomes. So most of them are going to be 3-level townhomes that are going to be, closely knit, so not big yards. But this is a new product we're just launching. We have some that we just released over near the Loveland area. But this is going to be the first of its kind in Northern Kentucky, and we're super thrilled about it just because, location is, 10, 15 minutes from downtown. You're walkable to shopping. That's the whole goal of this type of product. But we're learning each and every day about it. So we're,
Yeah, because you just found out about this.
Yeah, they just kind of surprised us and were like, hey, we got some land over in Fort Mitchell that we're going to be releasing this. So
Fort Mitchell, about where? Like, just if you had like the main crossroads.
I forget the name of the road, but it's near the Huff building there, in that Fort Mitchell area, right behind it. Okay,
so there's like the Dominion condos and all that right there by the tracks. Okay, so
the sign is up.
You're right there off Buttermilk somewhere.
Yes,
probably so like Montgomery Inn area.
Yes, so there's the sign's up. So if you drive that area, I'm sorry I don't have the name of the road right now, but we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know the area you're talking about. And if you just say like Montgomery Inn area off Buttermilk, I think a lot of people are gonna know where that is.
Kind of is at the Home Depot over there, I think. Yeah,
there's Home Depot. I think on that side of the street there's Grandview Tavern, Hawksworth Blood Center,
right there.
Home Depot, all that back there. So, yeah, great location.
Yeah,
that's going to be a hot
for it.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys are watching this is Jake Dianna with Fischer Homes, one of my greatest friends in the industry. He's a great resource when it comes to new construction. And if you're shopping for a house and haven't found what you're looking for, and would you say $275 and up is the entry point? If that is your price point right now, wouldn't be a bad idea to explore what's out there for you. Sounds like there's communities in every county in Northern Kentucky
everywhere
that's available. So we'll drop a link in there. Jake, how can people get in touch with you when it comes time?
Yeah, the best way to reach out is either email or phone. My email is jdianna@fischerhomes.com, and then my phone number, I'll give it out, 513-846-3374.
It's a sign of the self-employed right there, my friend.
There
Just
it is.
like everybody's got your cell phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can also find Jake on TikTok. He's doing some videos out there that home tours with new construction.
Yep.
So look for him on TikTok, and we'll drop his contact information into the notes as well. Hope you guys have an awesome day.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.